this Saturday evening. Hope you're having a wonderful ending of this beautiful day. And I apologize if I'm holding my nose. I am somewhere in Never Land, somewhere in the United States with my family. And my sister picked this place to stay in. Oh, okay. Enough said. Anyway, we are in 1 Chronicles, the 2nd chapter. And I have to ask you this. Have you ever heard of this? It's not how long you live. It's the amount of life you put in the years that you have, or the amount of life you put in the days that you have. Well, we know that David reigned for 40 years in the first chapter, actually the first verse. It's talking about David and his lineage and how he reigned in verse 4 for 7 years in Hebron and another 33 years in Jerusalem. That's a long career. Yeah, that's like 40 years. And some people could say that's the typical amount of years before retirement. And maybe some of us are late starters, late bloomers. I just, heard of someone who just got a promotion and they're like in their mid-50s. It doesn't matter. God can prosper that person from that start. From if they are 60 up until whatever age that the Lord wants to finish the work, right? Don't let me get started as far as Caleb being 80 years old. And he said that I am as twice the amount of might I have. I'm twice stronger than what I was when I was 40 years old. And so many other examples in the Bible where the Lord renewed their strength and they were able to do mighty things. So don't let age be an excuse. And I also had a chance, because Saturday usually is a day of celebrations of life, and I was able to hear tidbits of Jesse Norman's memorial service and how so many noteworthy people came to pay their honor and respect. But something that she said as advice to young people, and this goes right in line with today being October 12th, and we go to Proverbs 12. She said, learn to enjoy preparation. Because people only are on the stage for a smidgen of time, but the process of working and getting to the point where you are comfortable and you are ready, that is the place where you should derive pleasure. And we are familiar with Proverbs 12:24, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. There are people in the background, and now I see why the Lord has us here. Oh my. God, please bless. Let your spirit prevail in this place. So that the Lord wants us to be diligent. He wants us to have focus, and He also wants us to speak righteousness. And that is in verse 14, where also in verse 26, it says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. And look, I got some temporary neighbors in this hotel, and we have to make sure that we are planted in the place that the Lord would have us to be. I had no reason. I have no reason for myself to be here, but the Lord knew that we would be here. And we hope that the house of the righteous shall stand wherever we are, whether it's temporary housing or our dwelling at our home. Also, a man shall not be established by wickedness. There's some, crazy stuff that's going here, but no, the root of righteousness shall not be moved. The Lord wants us to be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Our roots run deep so that we can sprout out and flourish and bless others. So let's be cognizant of the process that the Lord is taking us through, and know that He knows our way, He knows our path, and we should not try to put ourselves in a different place, whether it's 40 days, 40 minutes, 40 years, like David. And in verse 28, it says, the way of righteousness is life, right? It's not death. And in the pathway thereof, there is no death. We make a difference wherever we go, whatever assignment the Lord places us on, and know that we make a difference. And God wants our light to shine in the midst of all darkness, in the midst of all chaos, so that people can learn the example and they can glorify the Lord, and God can be glorified also. Have a good evening and get some good rest. Good night.